working with length 16, waist or 27. So for my doll face, I'll cut a 360-degree flare. But to get the radius for my 360-degree flare, I'll add 3 inches to this waist measurement to give 30. 3 inches because 1.5 inch zip allowance. So for both sides it's going to be 3. Then I'll divide this 30 by 6.28, which is the radius of a circle. So I think I'll get something like 4.7. So now I'll go straight to cut it. So to get the length of how I'll fold my doll face, I'll add this 7, let's just say approximately 5 plus 16. So 16 plus 5 to give me 21. So I'll fold my so I'm putting 21 inches into 4 places. So I'll go ahead to measure the 4.7 I got at my radius. 4.7. I'll mark it round. This way. So I'll connect the length I need, which is 16. I'll measure that from. I will cut out the flare like so. Slit one side open like so. For the lining, to get what you use, can divide the waist measurement by 3.14. So whatever you get is. I'm marking the radius of my lining at intervals. I'll mark the length of my lining at intervals like so. And when doing that, you don't forget to subtract 2 inches from the length of the doll face so that the lining doesn't come out of the dress. I'll be cutting out my lining like so. So to get where I'll place my ruffles, from the waist measurement, I'll measure 1.5 round. 1.5 round. Then afterwards, I'll measure to 2 inches interval for others. 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. So that gets to the length of my fabric. Then I'll measure it round at intervals, 2 inches intervals. Then I'll mark it until I get it round that way. So on each of the lines, including that's where I'll be attaching my ruffles that I made. Then I left my zip allowance. So when you are adding the ruffles, you can make the ruffles at the zip allowance side less, so that the zip allowance is not going to be too bulky. So I'm marking 3.5 inch this way. Across, then mark the full length of the two. So afterwards, I just cut it out. to make my ruffles, the 3.5 inches of net I cut, I'll be joining it in twos. Then if you have a ruffler foot, you can make use of a ruffler foot, but if you don't have a ruffler foot, you can do it manually. So what I did was that the length of the net I stitch it together so that my net can be stable. It won't be moving as I'm making the ruffles. So I want to go ahead to make the ruffles now. So what I'm doing is that I can leave 1.5 inch zip allowance before I start the ruffles. I'll be making my ruffles as full as I want it to be, like so. So this is how ruffles look like. So I've attached the gathered net to the mark I did earlier. So the joining, I'll join it on this line that I left earlier. After attaching my gathered net to each of the mark I made earlier, this is what it looks like. Do all to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any question, kindly let me know in the comment box below. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye.